All right. First of all, we're excited about this football season, special teams wise. As you know, we started, I think, 2 freshmen and a sophomore last year in our specialist department. So all those guys are coming back. Real excited about where they are right now. There's always a lot of improvement from your freshman year to your sophomore year. So we look for a lot of improvement out of those guys. And the last thing I'll say before I take questions is just the player depth. I mean, you're going through the spring. Even right now, as we're looking at the depth chart, I have a big smile on my face because there's a lot more depth there. Last year we had some really good players up front, but they were also starters on defense, but we had to rest them, and the depth wasn't quite as good, so I feel really good about that. So I'll open up the questions to you guys right now.
Yeah, Mike, start with Paul. Coach, obviously Tucker finished on a strong note last year. Well, he had mentioned about changing his routine and punting. What did you see as far as what made that difference in his improvement late last year?
Yeah, I think the biggest thing was experience. I think that he got out there first year really to go out there and kick. I know he had, I think, 1 game the year before field goal kicking, but just having a full year of it, and he just kept getting better. If you look at the bowl game, he had tremendous games, in my opinion. Flipped the field a lot in that ball game. Ole Miss game, he had a good game. Alabama game, he had a good game. So toward the end of the year, he just started. You could say it was technique and things like that, but I really think a lot of it was just, in his head and the experience part of it.
Coach, with Marcus Murphy as a specialist, where have you maybe seen growth from him from year 1 to year 2?
Well, Marcus, number one, there's not many freshmen that come in and play like he did. He was one of my best cover guys on kickoff unit. Great. Coming off the edge, made a lot of tackles. You don't see that. So is he going to improve this year? Yeah, I think so, because just that experience factor, he's just more confident in himself right now. A little wide out a little bit early in the year last year, but again, way ahead of most freshmen I've ever seen, talent-wise and mentality-wise.
Coach, you go out and you sign Corliss Waitman. Obviously, you saw an opportunity to improve competition in your room. Now that his availability is somewhat in question, how do you kind of adjust for that?
Yeah, right now we've got the 3 guys that are fighting for with Tucker and Reed and Cody. What we've told them is the guys that chart the best are going to be the guys that kick. And, it's not because I like their mother or their father or anything else. It's going to be because they're kicking well in practice. And it's an open deal. I think that Tucker obviously is a returning starter, so those other 2 guys are going to have to do well to beat him out. And so it's going to be a great competition. We got much more talent in the top 1 through 3 than we've had from last year.
You had another great transfer in Isaiah Zuber that had a big hand in special teams at Kansas State. Talk about where he fits in the mix in the return game, and who's some of your main candidates on return and kickoff return?
Yeah, I've seen a little bit of his film. Obviously, we played those guys last year, and we kicking off to him was we tried to make sure we had a plan for that. So he's a good one. But we got Brian Cole, who I think is as good as anybody. We were really good early in the year, but he got hurt and we kind of lost a little bit there. So having him and Isaiah, I'm assuming those 2 guys are going to be in the mix, obviously, and you got Marcus Murphy, who can return kicks. You've got Malik Deer, who I thought came in last year and did a great job. He's got great hands. He's a sure-handed guy, and so we've got the 3 really on each the kickoff return game and the punt return game. I think quality players, and so which is a good bit different from last year after we lost Pico.
I was gonna give a little more emphasis on Brian. When he went down last year, I think he was averaging over 20 yards a return. It was significantly better than the next guy. The loss of him, what did that do to your return game, you think, losing him, taking him out of the equation? And where do you feel like you are now with him in the return game?
Yeah, I think that, number one, I think he is a quality, he's a top SEC type returner. He's one of the guys, in my opinion, will be in the top 4 or 5 guys in the conference. That's what kind of talent he has. It was a shame that he got hurt, wasn't able to show it the whole year. When we lost him, obviously it was a drop off, and I think now we've got more depth. We've got guys that are coming in with Zuber, and I think Marcus Murphy being a year older and that kind of thing. So I think we got, you don't want your guy to return every kick because he's got to start it. it's safety, and I understand the whole team concept deal. So we've got to rotate some returners. You know, we got to get some guys in there and give them their fresh. You know, he may be tired from the drive before that, so we have some depth, and so that's the biggest thing I've seen is we have more depth now.
Coach, talking to Coach Sheep and Coach Moorhead earlier, you're one of a number of guys on this staff that has head coaching experience, which means a lot of it. How much do you think that has been able to maybe help Coach Moorhead early in his tenure? And when you were a head coach, did you have guys that were head coaches on your staff, and how much did that maybe help you?
Yeah, so that's a good question. You know, first of all, I think Coach Moorhead doesn't need a ton of help. He's a great football coach. You know, from time to time, I'll go in his office and talk to him about things, and he asks. You know, he's not a too big of an ego guy where he's not going to have really can't ask questions. So, and as far as my career, when I was getting into it, yeah, I had some guys. Really, wasn't many head coaches that I hired early, but I had some guys with a lot. You know, Les Kenning, who coached here for years, was a guy I kind of leaned on in that first 6 months that I had him before we even had a season. But then Mississippi State took him away from me. So, anyway, he was very knowledgeable and really helped me in the early years.
Jason's kind of been the primary place kicker the last couple of years, but just how close is that competition going on in camp right now?
Dead even. I think that, you know, Jordan Lawless has always been a very capable kicker. I went here the first year when Jace kicked, and he had a great year. Last year, it was just, you know, when you looked at the numbers, they were about the exact same, so we kind of went with Jace because he, you know, had been the guy before. And this year, I don't see much difference. And so it's, you know, we'll, you know, Coach Moorhead, of course, make that call. You know, he's the head coach. And, but yeah, both those guys are very talented. And, you know, we need to get both of them, you know, a chance and get them on the field.
You don't normally ask the special teams coach about replacing a kickoff coverage guy, but Chris Rayford made more plays in special teams than almost I've ever seen. Do you have a guy that can sort of fill that role last year, a guy who gets down there and downs those kicks and creates field position?
Yeah, Chris was a great one. Yeah, he was an excellent gunner on punt, a great on kickoff. We look at, I'm not kidding you, we look at our gunner depth chart, and it's literally 5 deep on each side. We got 10 guys we feel like go cover kicks on at the punt position, the gunner position on punt. We feel great about that. So we have more guys who can cover on kickoff, and so it's and I mentioned it earlier, just the whole depth of every unit. I feel really good about it. You know, going into last season, we knew that if, you know, so-and-so and so-and-so got hurt, or if they got tired, you know, that it was a drop-off from 1 to 2. There's not near as much drop-off at all right now. So, yeah, we do have a lot of guys in cover. But he was good. No doubt, made a lot of plays.